for the next 5 days, we are staying in Jacksonville, Florida.
And I am personally so excited because we are staying in a glamper. And if you don't know what a glamper is, I'm about to give you a tour. Best thing about this whole camper is that everything is so detailed. When you walk in, you're gonna see a nice kitchen space. Check out the gold faucet and the fixtures. We have a nice Keurig machine, and she's even stocked it with some K-cups here and some coffee creamers, so you pretty much have everything you need for coffee in the morning. You're perfectly set up to enjoy some coffee outside in the hammock. And of course, you have all your appliances that you're going to need. You have this microwave, you have a stove and an oven, a freezer, and a refrigerator fully stocked with water. She really did think of everything. Beautiful little kitchenette over here where you can sit with your family and enjoy some meals. One of my favorite parts about the camper is this beautiful pink couch, and it's not just a couch, it actually pulls out into a sleeper sofa. There's also a TV, and it's a Roku, so you have access to Disney, YouTube, whatever you want to watch. And one of the kids' favorite things, a fireplace here. Now it's pretend, so don't worry, but it's so easy to use. Check it out, isn't that awesome?
And what's really cool is that it actually does emit a little bit of heat if you set the temperature for that, which could be really great in those cooler months because Jacksonville does get a little cooler in the wintertime. I think that all of the details in here are pretty awesome, even though they're pink. And probably one of my favorite things is that the air conditioner is actually pretty nice.
And onto the bathroom, of course, it also has beautiful gold fixtures. I think the chandelier up here is probably my favorite part, and of course the gold sink. And the best part is that it actually has a tub. A lot of campers just have a shower, but there's a tiny little tub, which is perfect if you have kids. Now, Vivian's favorite part about the glamper is that she has her own bedroom back here. There are 2 bunk beds. There's also a TV where you can hook up video games, and the hostess also included lots of toys and board games and books for the kids to enjoy. Do you have any other plans? Other side of the camper is the master suite, and there's a full queen-size bed here with all of the pillows and blankets and everything that you'll need.
When we arrived, there was a nice welcome letter for us on the bed, and there's also a guidebook for various things to do throughout the area. So we're going to take the hostess suggestions about things to do and even come up with a couple of our own. Now, we did arrive a little bit later last evening, so we took some of our B-roll shots while we were doing that last night, just before we got all moved inside. And the nice thing is about staying in a camper that you can do some of the cooking yourself, but we don't have anything that we brought with us, so we're gonna head to the store in just a little bit. But since it's morning and we didn't do breakfast yet, we're gonna start there. And the first suggestion, which was on the list of things to do, was the Maple Street Biscuit Company. So the Maple Street Biscuit Company is actually part of a pretty big chain that spreads across most of the southeastern United States. But we don't have one in our area, so this is kind of a nice treat for us. And it happens to only be about 5 to 7 minutes from the glamper. And I got the Firebird, which is some chicken tenders, some buffalo sauce, and some ranch. So a little heavy for breakfast, but thankfully it's brunch time.
I got the 5 and dime, which is pretty simple, but that's a huge biscuit.
And on top of that, we got some hash browns to share. The next place on our list to check out is the St. John Town Center. And the thing that we're the most interested in doing here together as a family is the playground. Huh? You want to get down? It wasn't what you imagined? And as you'd probably imagine, this town center is also home to many shops, stores, and restaurants, most of them being your favorite chains and designer brands. There are lots of dining options which are available in here, but we had a pretty big breakfast and we had it kind of late. But we do need to get something because the kids are on a schedule, so we're gonna just grab something at this Tex-Mex place over here because we think we might be able to get something kind of small there. And that should help out a little bit because it'll probably be a little while before we eat dinner anyway because it's almost nap time. Okay, would you look at this? We got a chicken taco, a carne asada taco, a chicken Philly taco, and a steak taco. Looked delicious. After a brief nap at the glamper, we are headed over to summer at Cummer. The Cummer Museum of Art and Gardens has a special event throughout the summer from 4 to 9, and it's free, but tonight is the last night of it, so we happen to kind of luck out with that. But on our way, we're gonna grab some food so that the children aren't cranky the entire time, and not just the children. We found this area in downtown Jacksonville that has a lot of new development, and of course this spot has a lot of chains in it, but I think we're gonna check out Burrito Gallery because it looks a little different and I've never been to a burrito gallery before. All right, that was delicious. I got the taco salad and Vivian and I shared, and Alaina got the quesadilla and she shared with Pierce. So now we're off to summer at Cummer. This seems to be a pretty popular event. We had a difficult time trying to find parking, which is pretty common in most downtown areas anyway. At this point, it's about 6:13 p.m., so we're gonna start in the gardens first, lest we run out of sunlight.
Pierce never adventures without some kind of snack in hand.
It's been really great exploring the gardens. We've been walking around. It's so beautiful. Vivian's having a great time playing with her friends. So Pierce and I are going to go explore the galleries while Vivian continues to play on the green grass with her friends. There are even some hands-on exhibits in here for children, so Pierce is having a great time playing around with these. Right through this tiny doorway is the Under 5 gallery, and Pierce loves it because he can touch all the artwork. Look who joined us!
I'm here! I actually followed Vivian here. She made her decision. She brought this whole group of people with her.
Oh, that's so funny. All right, we had an exciting first day in the area, and for the record, we actually did buy some groceries at Walmart just a few minutes ago. So we'll have some snacks to enjoy throughout the trip and also some breakfast for the morning so we don't have to go out and spend all that money the whole time we're here. We are spending morning at the Hands-On Children's Museum, and the outside looks a little sketchy. So we're gonna go check it out and see what things are actually like. This place is pretty cool. Over here is a boat with, I guess, an escape raft slide. And then this is kind of an old McDonald's play area, and there's a ball pit over there. But it's nice and clean.
Pierce is just trying to figure out what all these things do.
And this is a grocery store exhibit. Over here is a puppet stage, and it's kind of designed like a castle. And then this is a performance theater with some theater style seating and a stage with some costumes backstage.
This section is so cute. They have this area with a big fire truck, and then they have little hats and outfits that they can put on to dress up like firefighters. And watching Pierce run around in the firefighter outfit is so funny. You want to be a fire chief? He's Fire Chief Pierce. Pretty cute, but I'm not counting on him to save my life in a fire.
Vivian's enjoying playing on the ambulance. And there is a highway patrol vehicle. Over here is a 50s style diner, and Vivian gets to be the server, and I get to be the family eating. I'm just glad that there is some hot sauce available, because otherwise the food looks a little bland.
Now we're being served dinner by the fire chief.
Oh, it's ice cream. I asked Vivian if she wanted to go check out the radio station, and she said, "What's a radio?" At least they also have television too. She can relate to that a little better. Over here we get to explore what it's like to work at a bank. There are a few cash drawers, and then over here are some safety deposit boxes.
All right. They have this whole section in the back, and it's specifically designed for toddlers. So everything is Pierce's size, and he can go down the slide, he can play in the little kitchen, so that's really convenient.
Now she's a vet. She's weighing a baby giraffe. Well, as it turned out, this place is pretty awesome. Highly recommend that you get here early though, or come on a weekday, because it got really crowded really fast. Yesterday, after we finished with the hands-on children's museum, we had lunch with some friends in the area because we came up here to visit with them. So we didn't really include that, but we did go to the beach afterwards, and were pleasantly surprised by how nice the beaches are in Jacksonville. I don't know what I was actually expecting, but I was pleasantly surprised by the nice white powdery sand.
Yeah, it was really good.
And if you've been following our channel, then you know that Pierce has been kind of afraid of water most of the summer, really disinterested when we've gone to the water parks. But he loved the Jacksonville beaches. He was having so much fun. For dinner, we grabbed a quick bite to eat at the Bearded Pig, and we got a giant platter. It was only $32 for all of this meat, and we paid a little extra for drinks and sides as well.
Some ranch, and I'm gonna put some ranch.
This morning we went to church with our friends in McClenny, Florida, at Calvary Baptist Church, and this afternoon we are walking around on the Riverwalk and checking it out as we continue exploring downtown Jacksonville. And tonight we're gonna go to services at the historic First Baptist Church of Jacksonville. This Riverwalk is really nice, and I think it would be really enjoyable if it weren't 93 degrees in the hot south outside. So I think it's like 1,000,000% humidity right now.
So the water is pretty nice, and I just saw a fin. I wonder where it came from.
Thankfully, we landed at kind of a breezy spot right here, so this is nice. We'll use it to let us cool down a little bit. But I think we're gonna turn around. If we missed something on the Riverwalk, you can tell us all about it in the comments section.
Well, we're going somewhere else because that's it today. Other things are closed, so.
For our next stop, we are checking out the Museum of Science and History in Jacksonville.
So both kids are really enjoying running around this treehouse playground.
And after purchasing our tickets at the front desk, the very first thing off of the lobby is this tree house. This space is specifically designed for children who are 5 and under, so it's perfect for our two. This exhibit is all about whales.
What's that? Vivian's fascinated right now with all of the bones and skeletons of the dolphins and the whales and the different things like that.
And over here is a dinosaur. But Piercy is on his way over to the energy exhibit.
I think they're trying to generate some energy.
You gotta really turn it hard to turn on the alarm clock. They quickly got bored with the energy conservation exhibit, so we've headed over to the creation station.
which has some different stations that the kids come in and do some activities to learn.
Maybe this one will keep them busy for a little while.
Mommy, can I talk around?
And we're off to explore Health in Motion, which is all about different systems of the body. If they stand in the right spot, they'll see their digestive system, their skeletal system, and their circulatory system. And just right outside those doors is a nature courtyard. There's a little pond where there's some fish, but probably the coolest part is that one of the workers brought a Florida king snake out for the kids to check out. And over here is an alligator snapping turtle. I don't know if you can see him under the bridge. The children had so much fun with the animals outside, so we're gonna take them to the next section, which is the Florida Naturalists Center. But we have to be very quiet when we go inside.
I love looking at all the reptiles. That's my favorite thing. All right, now we're gonna check out what is upstairs.
Actually, they had discounted our tickets because they told us that there were some renovations taking place. So this floor is actually a full history of Florida, beginning with the dinosaurs and then continuing with Florida indigenous people and then continuing through the various history of the settlement of Florida from European explorers and settlers. This section of the museum seems to be dedicated to Jacksonville history in particular. After that, the storyline continues to World War II and then post-World War II, moving from a more urban setting in Jacksonville to a more suburban setting in Jacksonville. And finally, an exhibit about space, which is pretty exciting. There are also a couple of shows like an animal show and there's a planetarium inside as well, but we chose not to do those on this trip. We had asked around for some great places for us to eat in downtown Jacksonville and we got some good recommendations, but for some reason a lot of places were closed today, maybe because it's September 11th or I don't know if they're typically closed on Mondays, not really sure. But we found a place called the Southern Grill and it was pretty good. Alaina got an Italian sub and I got the gumbo with spicy sausage and it actually was kind of spicy, but it was really delicious. I had a side of collard greens and then for the kids we just did a side of green beans and a side of cheese grits.